Hello, Weekend Crafter. Welcome back to the Craft Time Studio. I'm Ange, your Weekend Crafter, and I'm back with another color recipe. But before I begin, if you haven't yet, I hope you consider liking and subscribing to the Craft Time Studio. I asked on Facebook in one of my clay groups what would be a good name for this color collection, and Carol Hall suggested Lilac and Latte, which I really loved. So today, let's make crepe pink, lavender blush, milky latte, soft coral, and caramel crush. As always, whenever starting on any project, remember to clean your mat first. Since this is a glass mat, use some alcohol and wipe it down. I almost ran out of white clay last week, which would have meant that I wouldn't be able to do a color recipe. But thank goodness a good friend of mine from the States went home and gave me some Sculpey souffle in white. It's my first time to use souffle and I quite like it. It lands a matte texture when mixed with other colors, and since it's fresh clay, it was still soft and not crumbly. To make crepe pink, I used Sculpey 3 in ballerina pink, Sculpey souffle in white, and Fimo in flesh. Cut equal parts of these three colors. As you can tell, the first two colors were very hard and crumbly, which is the condition of most of my clay since it's hard to get new clay in my country. Now that I've discovered that pounding on hard clay with a mallet is an effective way of softening it, my life has been much easier, and my hands are more thankful. I'll share a link above for you to see the other ways I soften hard and crumbly clay. After pounding on it a bit, the clay looked like this. I just used a manual ruler to make sure that the crumbly bits stick to the soft clay. Then I go to my pastel roller and gradually put the machine into thinner settings until the colors have fully blended. This is how the final color looks like. The resulting color is almost like chiffon. In the next color, I will use a bit of crepe pink that we already mixed. I get some Primo in violet, and I add a very small amount first because violet is a saturated color. I compare it with the crepe pink and it's still looking a little bit light, so I add another tiny bit of violet. For the final color, I add a third of Primo and granite for texture. For the third color, which I am naming soft coral, I again use as base color the crepe pink. Then, I add a sliver of Sculpey Primo in orange. This is another saturated color, so remember to add it a little at a time. After the colors are fully blended, I add another sliver of orange and run it through the pasta machine until the colors are fully incorporated. For the fourth color, which I'm calling Milky Latte, I used a bit of the soft coral that we already blended, and I add a sliver of Sculpey Primo in burnt umber. This is to give it a little bit of that coffee color that we're aiming to get. Once the colors are completely blended, cut a third of the Sculpey Primo in granite gray and add this to the blend. I want to make the mix slightly darker, so I'm again adding a sliver of burnt umber. Finally, we're down to the last color, which is Caramel Crush. Cut one part of gold, a third of burnt umber, and one part of Fimo in sunflower yellow. By the way, you can actually use different brands. Just make an approximation of the color nearest that brand. I'm using a lot of different brands because it really depends on the availability of the clay in my country. Once all these are blended, I get a fourth part of Kato in terracotta. I really enjoy making this color collection because it's not a typical combination, but the colors really work well together. I like it when I get pleasantly surprised with new combinations. I can envision these colors for a fall collection of earrings and a lot of other stuff like tiles and candle covers or candle lids. I'm very excited to share with you guys all the things I will make with these colors. I hope that you enjoyed my color recipe tutorial. If you want to know what I'm up to during the week, follow me on my IG at crafttime.ph. Have a crafty weekend. Bye!